Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your Will They Come Back tarot reading. This will be a general 3-card spread, having a look to see if your special person, your ex, might be coming back into the picture. Now, you might have dated this person, you might have been married to them, you might have never dated, okay, maybe there was just a connection there, whether it was a short-term, brief connection or a long-term connection. This is potentially to see if they are returning to you, Sag. So look, it is a general reading. You're more than welcome to contact me if you'd like a private reading. All the information that you require is listed below in the show more section. I want you to think about this person and meditate on them briefly. Hold their image in your mind, and we'll have a look and see if we can draw out some messages here if this person is in fact returning to you, Sagittarius. So this can be for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's have a look and see, will they return? Are they coming back? Okay, let's start off with the World card. Now, it is a message here that all possibilities are open, that your world is opening up. You know, the world is about expansion, and I feel like the outlook looks pretty good that someone wants to come back or will return back to you. Now, the World card in this particular deck has the Moon pictured here as well, which could be Cancer energy. Now, Cancers tend to form very deep bonds, attachments, connections to people, places, things. So if this person is coming back with Cancerian energy, then I do feel like there's still very much emotion, okay, or attachment, at least from their end towards you. So this shows that there's still an emotional pull because your worlds apart. You know, she's on this planet, the moon is here. So you might be worlds apart, but somehow you're still connected. Or I think in some way your frequencies are matching up, okay? So you might be thinking about each other at the same time. She's very intuitive, this priestess. She's looking in her crystal ball, which can be, it's almost like a glimpse into the future or intuitive thought or vibrations that are coming to you here, Sag. So this is definitely more spiritual, but for those that are connecting with this person, I do feel like there's hope that they might return if you're wanting that. But let's look, it can also be worlds apart, okay? And you do have, well, this person does have the Knight of Swords energy. Now, the Knight of Swords rushes to get to something. He needs validation, he needs closure, he needs to wrap his head around something, and he'll pursue it because for his own mental benefit. So there is a possibility here that someone is going to make fast contact with you. Someone might come back into your life fairly quickly after you break up or you stop talking or you bump into each other. You might hear from them fairly soon, Sag, but I'm wondering the reason why they're coming back, the intent behind it. For some of you, I definitely feel that there is still an emotional bond. Yes, but for others with the Knight of Swords, it's someone that's seeking closure or mental security. So if they have insecurities, which more often than not we do after breakups or after things tend to go a bit haywire with people that we were connected to or once very interested in. And I feel with the Knight of Swords showing up here, there's the need for clarification or closure. Like, I sense that this person might come back, but it's to gain closure because the World card can be completion, things coming full circle, or they're still grieving, and grief has come up in the form of the Five of Cups. Either way, every situation is going to be different here, Saggy, but I feel with the Knight of Swords, someone is coming forward for mental clarity. And they're coming forward quite quickly. They might jump into the conversation fairly quickly. It might be like a, hey, how you been text. Next thing you know, why did you end it? Or why did this happen? Or what did you mean when you said this? It's almost like they're going to bypass the small talk and really get into the nitty gritty here. So it can in one way be quite confronting. Because he's on a mission, the Knight of Swords. He's on a mission to conclude, to seek answers, to seek understanding. And I think that's come up for a reason. I think it's someone potentially wanting to mentally clarify something with you. And maybe they need it for their own benefit, but they need to get the only way they can get there is through your words or through your reassurance. But it also shows eagerness, a lot of eagerness. So there could be someone very eager to come back to you. Of course, the reasons will vary for different people. Some, there is an emotional attachment here. Some with the World card, they feel too distant from you and you've been the familiar, and all of a sudden this might be a bit, this might induce a bit of anxiety on their end, okay? Separation anxiety, the fact that your world's apart, maybe you're drifting apart, you don't talk as much as you once did. And this is, it's almost like fear might be instilled to this person, because the Knight of Swords panics. He does. He's very anxiety ridden. So it can be a glimpse, okay? She looks into a crystal ball here. It can be a glimpse into what's to come. So I do think there is someone coming back here, at least very quickly, for mental reassurance or understanding. Because if you look at the Five of Cups, it does represent water energy. It can represent a water sign. The Five of Cups is really about grief, loss, or letting go. She holds the second last bowl with fish. Okay, she's got one more behind her. I don't know if you can see that. See how she's got a... Oh, where's my camera? See how she's got a bowl left over here and she holds one in her hand? And she doesn't want to let it go. Okay, the other bowl has gone. The fish has escaped. She's holding on to it. She's not letting the bowl go. Emotionally speaking, I think the imagery captured in this deck is quite beautiful, but it's also quite sad, because I do feel like there's someone who's still refusing to let you go emotionally, or they're still thinking about you. And, you know, this fairy is almost like advising her, consulting her, yet it's not helping. So whether this has been friends or therapists or family members that have consulted this person, this ex of yours, I feel like there's emotional resistance to let you go. I think you changed their world somehow, Sag, or you made their world better. You made their world different. You made them see the world through whatever, you know, travel, perspective, adventure, trying new things, being open-minded, whatever it was that you did for them, Sag. They can't let go of this. And if someone is still, if this is indicating that someone is still emotionally attached, they're still in the grieving process. But I also want to say, if they're still very much raw and still healing, then if they do come back, or when they do come back, I don't feel like it's with a clear mind, because they're obstructed by grief, by loss, by bereavement. You know, they're not in a clear space to come back to you. But despite that, they might do that. I don't know. Each situation is going to be different. But I feel for a lot of you, this person is still going to be emotionally quite charged or sad or pessimistic. And that's when they might approach you with that Knight of Swords for that mental clarity, because they're desperate to seek some sort of validation, or desperate for your attention. Or maybe they're desperate to get things back again. Or maybe they just want an ego boost, okay? They just want you to stroke their ego and that's it. Each intention is going to be different from every person you're connecting here with, Sag. But what I want to say is that there's still very much a strong emotional attachment. There's still sadness, or there's someone that can't let go. Whether it's letting go of you or letting go of something you did or said, they're still holding it. They're clutching it with both hands. They're reliving it. It still resides with them here, Sag. So this is very, very deep, okay? Might be beyond what you're used to, but I do sense that this is what this person is going through. And I do hope, you know, there is something that comes full circle, because the World card is here. You know, completion, resurrection, opportunity, absolutely. It can be very positive, but the intent behind it here, Sag, is something that you're going to have to investigate. And you know this person better than anyone else. You know yourself better than anyone else. So it's really going to take a lot of judgment to understand why they've come back, what's the intent, what they want from you, or what they want from your connection again. I will leave it at that though, Sag. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to leave behind a thumbs up or a subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Don't forget to click on the bell notification to receive my notifications when I post readings.